What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure you like this video. It lets me know whether you like the topic or not. So I'm going to talk about Adele and her divorce and how it seems to me that a lot of her fans, and maybe some women in general, don't like the fact that she may lose or may have lost half of her fortune. I believe her net worth is 182 million. That's from what I've seen from a couple of different articles. And because she filed for divorce in California, they make you pay, whether you're male or female, but mostly men are the ones paying, the price for divorce proceedings. But she may have paid a substantial amount. That's why she wants to keep the details of the divorce private. And what really annoys me is how in this society we talk about equality, right? Especially a lot of women. They want equal pay. They want to be on the same level playing field as men, but that's only when in regards to benefiting them. But whenever a woman is in a position where she's making a lot of money and she's the breadwinner of the relationship, and she chose to marry a guy and not sign a prenup, and they get divorced, and she has to pay spousal support. There are a lot of women who don't like that. And that just shows me that you have a lot of them that don't really want equality. Okay. They just want an advantage. Okay. And when it comes to equality, what a lot of women don't understand, the ones that are complaining about wanting a level playing field, is that no matter if you're making the same amount of money as men or not, a lot of men don't spend as much as you do. They save money. They may invest. Women will make the same amount as men, and that money will go out as fast as it came in. And they'll see that the guys are living a better quality of life because they actually manage their money properly. And that's what I'm seeing. It's like the complaints from the women's soccer team. You made the agreement on what you wanted to make, but because the men's team is making more, which is due to the fact that men's soccer is more valued in the world, you want to complain when you agreed to the previous deal, And with Adele's divorce, the fact that there's a lot of outrage, women shaming this guy, saying, why would you as a man want to take money from this woman? This is a multi-millionaire famous singer, okay? They started dating right when her career was getting going. He was with her pretty much at the beginning, almost, They have a kid together. She chose to marry him without him signing a prenup. That's a choice that she made. So I just find it very interesting how you have the shaming language coming from women who are upset that he may receive a substantial payout. Because I guarantee you, if it was a man in the situation, you'd have all those same women saying that he needs to pay her, he needs to help her. She sat at home and raised the kids. She wasn't able to go to school or start a business. She put her life on hold to help him build. Y'all know that same nonsense, but you don't hear it when it comes to women. And I think that it needs to be highlighted more that you have women like Adele, who is making a lot of money, but still chose to marry this man without a prenup. That's a choice that she made. She really wanted to marry this guy, and she did not make him sign a prenup. I don't even think she cared about the prenup. Honestly, maybe she didn't think the relationship would be as short as it was. Maybe she thought that in her way that he will stay with her because she's making a lot of money, which is the mindset of the breadwinner female. You got the breadwinner female who will make a lot of money in a relationship, and they think that that's going to keep that man because they'll say to themselves, well, he's not making as much as me. We're living a good life, and that's because of me. he's not going to go anywhere. But what you have to understand is if a man isn't happy, he's not going to stay. He's not going to stay. And the fact that you have a lot of this fake outrage, you have a lot of these particular fans of hers, quote unquote, who don't like the fact that he may get half. It just shows you that there is no such thing as equality. You know, there is no equality as people want to make it seem like. It's all about getting an advantage. And I think I've said this on numerous times. It's all about getting an advantage. If they can get an advantage, they will. They don't want an equal playing field. They want to be able to, let's say a guy works for 5 years to not only get the salary that he has, but to get the position at the business or the company that he has. You have a woman that because she's a woman, she's going to be expedited up the ladder, so to speak, because she is a female and she fits a diversity hire quota. And that guy who worked 5 years and not mind you, that's 5 years at that company. This guy has already put in about 10, 15 years at other various companies. He got hired at this company. You know, they started him off base level, so he had to rework himself back up to where he is now. Do you have a female who comes in there, you know, little experience, pretty much, you know, not too far removed from college, and she's getting to where you're at and making your money. And you had to work almost 20 years to get to where you're making the type of money you want to make. You know, that's what happens because of affirmative action. And what affirmative action has done, it has given women positions of power that they don't deserve. It's given them jobs that they may not have earned. When capable people either don't get those jobs or promotions because they don't fit the quota, so they're pushed back, and you're putting people in positions because of them being female who did not earn it, which means they're going to do a terrible job. Okay, and you're not going to fire them because it's going to be a bad look for you. But maybe if it gets too bad, you will, or you'll demote them. Now, the mindset of a lot of women these days is getting the bag, right? Getting the bag, doing everything you can to secure the bag. But there's a other flip side to it, because you have men out here securing the bag from their relationships. And if women truly wanted equality, right? If they truly wanted things to be equal, okay, they will embrace the fact that women out here choose to date men who make less than them. Not only just date, right? They choose to marry men who make less than them, okay? That's a choice that Adele made. That's a choice that other women have made. There have been several instances, and I may address it in future videos, where you have female celebrities, right? Or females who make a lot of money in general. They will date guys, have kids with them, or marry them, and they'll break up and they have to end up paying that guy. Like one of the infamous ones was Britney Spears. You know, she dated and married Kevin Federline. They had a kid together. She ended up paying him support. You know? And at that time, Britney Spears was one of the biggest names in music. But it was clear that she was, off, so to speak. And nothing but yes people around her, no one to rein her in. She probably wasn't listening to anybody. But she chose to get with this guy and marry him, a backup dancer, okay? A guy who was dating previously before her was dating an actress who was taking care of him, and, relationship with him, a kid with him. You have women that have this mindset of they feel like, they're better off dating men who are on a certain level, They don't want to date men who make as much as not more because they want to have power in a relationship. There's a lot of women that do want to have power in a relationship, and they're willing to date men and be in relationships with men who don't make as much as them, who are dependent on them because they can control the situation. It's all about control. They don't want to be with a guy who has his own, because if the relationship goes south or he meets another woman, he can just leave. There are a lot of guys out here who are living off women. Okay, that is their lifestyle. Their lifestyle is to go from one woman to the next. Okay, and they too are getting the bag when they marry these said women. You know, I mean, these are the times we're in, man. I think that there's a lot of fake outrage towards Adele and her divorce. And, you know, you have a lot of women who claim that they don't like this, but they have been in the same situation, you know, probably way too many times where they've dated a guy who didn't make as much as them. Okay, they dated a guy who didn't make as much as them, and they spent money on him, upgrading his clothing, his style, helping him lease cars, you know, just trying to make sure that he looks the part. Because maybe looks wise, he's her type, but he doesn't have his, he can't buy his own clothes, and, you know, doesn't have any money. So you have women that will literally financially support and take care of these guys, you know, to keep up appearances, so to speak. And then what ends up happening is, let's say they marry these guys and then they end up divorcing. He can walk away with a lot of money, but that's a choice that that woman made. And there are a lot of women who make that choice every single day. There's a lot of women out here who are dating men who make less than them, who are dating men who are dependent on them because they like that power dynamic. There are a lot of women, especially in the melanated community, all they know is women being head of household. All they know is women dating men who are dependent. That's all they know. And they're comfortable dating men as long as he's their physical type. They're okay with having him live off of them. They're okay with taking care of him financially. As long as they can pull some smoke and mirrors and have a perception out here that, you know, the guy is, you know, better, you know, than he really is, they're okay with that until he leaves. Not all men are this and all men are that. When you comfortably dated this guy for years who made less than you, who was not on your level socially, but because you enjoyed the dynamic of being the breadwinner, he took advantage of that.